I love that, Heidi. Oh my gosh, you guys. And thank you all for like coming and going and coming and going and being flexible. So Heidi, I'm gonna ask a couple questions regarding that, and then I want you guys to jump in because it's some of the stuff Dr. Jill was talking about gets like, whoa, that's complicated, right? Some of this stuff, because we're like, oh my gosh, I'm not sure, it's a little complicated. So, Heidi, if you could give people two or three just tips of we now know the health of the microbiome is essential. Like that, you guys, is the 100% knockdown takeaway message. So to do so, beyond all of the basic things that we should be doing for our health, would you say that the takeaway message is eliminate processed foods and be sure you're eating the colors of the rainbow, right? And that would kind of be one potential. And two, you and I have had a lot of talk lately of all sorts of products because you cannot walk into a grocery store, a Whole Foods, anywhere and see a counter full of like, oh, these are all my kombuchas. Oh, these are all these digestive enzymes. Oh, these are all like and we don't know what's good and what's bad, right? Of like what to really do. So if you could say like these would be a great starting place for food, and this would be a great starting place for gut support.
It's such a good question. So, food, I'm going to go food number one, right? We want diverse foods because each color gives us a whole different set of nutrients, and it gives our bugs a whole different set of fuel to make better nutrients for us. So that's why it works so well, is because they're getting different nutrients in order to produce the nutrients we need to survive and thrive. And when I say thrive, I'm just healthy, no pain, no joint inflammation, no teeth falling out, this kind of thing, and managing our blood sugar levels. So I really, the takeaway is you definitely want, why do we eat a lot of vegetables? Fiber is a big deal. Fiber is what feeds our bugs, right? But the fiber we get from veggies. So the different colors create the fiber and they feed the good bugs, right? So fiber is key, getting plenty of it. And I will say most people do not get enough fiber. We need about 30 grams a day. And even my best eaters don't get it. So you have to look at something that's clean, no chemical additives, all kind of thing that can help with fiber. And just eat more veggies. Just eat more, eat more, eat more. You'll never get fat with a plate of veggies. It's just as long as they're organic, GMOs you will. That's one thing that's really weird. But organic vegetables, you can eat bowls of it and you're not going to get fat. You may have a little gas, but it won't get fat. And in terms of supplements,
And Heidi, let me pause you right there. This might just
sure.
be a question for people because I love going to say Trader Joe's and getting the organic carrots that are the white carrots, the purple carrots, the like do the different colored carrots, even though it's a carrot. Same thing with like peppers. There's different color peppers, even though it's a pepper. Can you also is that also diversifying the different colors, even though it's the same vegetable? Or is like
Absolutely.
a carrot a carrot? No.
No, no, absolutely. They are different. And so they even taste differently if you really, think about it. But no, the changing of the color does change the nutrient content and density, which is why you want to change it up and get a whole bunch of different ones. The peppers are definitely it's a whole different nutrient thing. And they taste vastly different, and so forth. So yeah, you can get the same thing, only go a different color. And if that's your sort of entry point in diversity, that would be great. But there's so many things out there that aren't in season or um, we just don't like. Beets are a big one. People either like beets or they don't. They taste like dirt and find a way to get some beets. Because they are so profound in what they do. They help our body make glutathione, which is one of the biggest antioxidants our body produce. Arugula is one of the most powerful. in producing and helping our body produce glutathione, our microbiome produce glutathione as well. And people talk about beets, but no one talks about arugula, and it's probably even more powerful than a beet. So you want these phytonutrients, right? It's the phytonutrients that are the chemical signals and that diversity that the body wants. And we get those phytonutrients through a diverse group of veggies. And it's the ones you don't eat all the time.
All right, and you guys, you cannot go through a drive-through and get those phytonutrients. Let's just say it, right? You cannot go through a drive-through and get phytonutrients. So hopefully you guys are doing most of your shopping and cooking for yourself at home, which is great. So you guys, please interrupt me at any time. I've been watching the chat, so please like throw questions over there in the chat. But Heidi, the next question is about the supplementation. If people know they need gut support and they're like, well, how would I know if I need a prebiotic, a probiotic, a digestive enzyme? And maybe you could talk briefly about a brand new product that's kind of covering the spectrum of many things for people.
Yeah. Um, yeah, if you have, again, if you have any issues at all, and you think, okay, I'm going to start with the gut, I'm going to think about this, you may want to get a digestive enzyme, right? A lot of people do a digestive enzyme. So something easy. Again, you don't want to buy, you want to buy it from a reputable place. And not just anything off the block. Really do your research. And maybe start with just a digestive enzyme to see if that's better. There is a product out that I'm really excited about. It's phytonutrients 1 and 2. So it's a powder drink of veggies, fruits and veggies, organic, clean, nothing, no creepy stuff added at all. It's just an abundance of fruits and veggies, anything you can have. And it's in a powder. You just pop it in. The effects of getting this powder with all of those nutrients in it all at once really increases, as in showing, improving, increases the peptides of the body. So it increases the peptides that keep those tight junctions tight. It increases peptides to produce GLP-1. It increases the peptides for healing the tissues, the mucosal linings. So everything you need to feed those bugs, it is proving over and over to do. So I'm pretty excited about this because it's so easy and it's effective. And where do we get that these days, right? So,
Yeah. And I will make sure that everyone, when the summit is over, gets the list of some of the things we're talking about. And if anybody's like, hey, what about this another speaker talked about? Like, please add in. And so I make sure to cover as much as I possibly can, because otherwise I know we're going to get all of those questions. So,
yeah.
keep asking. And if you don't have a chance to ask right now today, feel free over in the Facebook group. If you haven't joined, join. Make sure to drop questions in there as well, and we can either answer them inside there or we'll answer them live tomorrow as well.
Yeah, absolutely. What else? So supplements are hard. It's hard to recommend. I think always less is more. A lot of people, because there can be overkill with supplements. Remember that most supplements are going to have excipients in it, so carriers. So they allow your body to go through that whole bile, get into your gut and survive. Um, and so if you're taking a bunch of supplements, you're getting a bunch of excipients. And so that can end up being toxic for the microbiome as well. So you really want to be targeted. Less is more. Um, yeah, I mean, I can go into some companies that I really like LifeVantage, et cetera. Their products are really clean. There's not excipients in it, and they work. But we have to, like Dr. Jill was talking about, we have to kind of meet you where you are in the phase. There isn't a blanket, oh, this is what you need. This is what you need. Do consult with somebody and go through your issues. What I encourage you to do is not to ignore them, right? If you have gut issues, if you have a stool that won't flush, um, if you don't have regular bowel movements, and believe me, people wonder, well, what do you mean is a regular bowel movement? I go like every, couple of days. No, 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 no. We need to go every day and really twice a day. So we're like, should be like the dogs. They eat, they poop. We eat, we poop. We eat, we poop. Ours is a little bit longer transit time. And remember, your blood sugar is dependent on the meal before the last meal. So think about that long-term fueling of your body and your cells as you go into night through the fasting, et cetera. And that could be a whole different talk. But um, but yeah, think about these things, don't ignore them, and start with the gut. Really start with the gut.
Yeah. So a couple questions that people are putting
Yeah.
in here. Is phylum husk a good source of fiber to add to the mix? And we'll start one at a time. That's the first one.
Yeah. Psyllium husk is not it's not bad. You definitely want a clean source, organic source, but it does have dextrin. It is derived from dextrin. So for people who are very gluten sensitive, it's probably not your best choice. You can have a reaction because it looks so much like gluten. That dextrin molecule looks so much like gluten. But I prefer a fiber called sun fiber. It's more of a plant-based. If you do have gut issues, say if you've been diagnosed with SIBO or something like that, usually a fiber will make you more gassy. So that's one clue. Like, oh, I increased my fiber and I look like I was pregnant after I eat. Now it doesn't matter what I eat. I have looks like I swallowed a basketball, that kind of thing. That's probably you might have SIBO, and so the fiber you're having is feeding that. Sun fiber doesn't really do that, so it's a safer one to choose.
Perfect. Okay, so the next question is, does arugula help your body the same as beets? I can eat a plate of arugula, but not a plate of beets. And you don't need to eat a full plate of beets. Like, just eat like a beet a day, or depending on how huge they are, like even a half a beet a day. But Heidi, you speak to that.
Yeah, yes, arugula can actually works even better. I love that Kelly says, you don't have to eat it a day. I think the powers that be that created us didn't expect us to land in a beet farm and consume a bunch of beets. But eating would be ongoing and you have the touch points all the time. So if you have beets here and, it's a serving. It doesn't have to be a whole beet, it's a serving of food. And it should all be synergistically work together as long as it's a rainbow.
As long as it's a rainbow. Okay, so next question. Do you mind please saying again the name of the veggie powder? I think she was talking about the P84.
Yeah. Yeah, it's called P84 by LifeVantage. Love Biome was also um, a name of that, but those companies have merged. So I'm not sure it'll be P84. Just look for that. I think it's fabulous.
I'm gonna put the link, you guys, here. And if you go to that site and then Heidi, just double check I spelled that right. Um, if you go to that site and just click on products, click gut health products, you'll see it there, P84, and it's a Phyto Power 1, Phyto Power 2, like Heidi was talking about. So it's like two bags. You just pour two little these mixes into 8 ounces of water and down the hatch. It's pretty simple. Very simple.
And it tastes good. Everyone always says, well, how does it taste? No, it doesn't taste like you just, a bitter plant farm. It tastes really yummy.
Yeah, and what's interesting is as you drink it, I think your taste buds will change also, which has been interesting. And then the people that have been on it, the number one by far thing people are saying is their bloating is gone. The inflammation and bloating is gone. And without even needing to, they're down 3 or 4 pounds and a size in a belt. Like just it's so profound how it is healing the gut so fast.
Yeah, you get these microbes and you feed the microbiome. You feed these guys and they will do the work for you. We already have it in here. We don't need some outside source, but we do need to eat well, and that's harder and harder to do with our busy schedules and stressful lifestyles. And it's about the balance, so we have to eat well enough to counter the stress that we have. And that's where we miss that gap. And this powder is so complete that I believe that that's a big bridge to that gap. and can get us more into balance.
Awesome. Any other last questions, you guys? I love it. Thank you. Thank you for asking all the questions. This is, why we have all of this.